welcome to Joburg today. My name is Maps. It is said, if music be the food of love, play on. We went to the annual Orchestra and Ensemble Festival.
I believe that the joy of music is coming together and making music together. So my dream was to have a festival where kids can have the opportunity to go on stage and have a platform to just enjoy making music together without the added pressure of being a competition or anything of the sort. And anything goes. We have marimba bands and jazz bands and orchestras and ensembles.
This event is special to us. It's one of the earlier events that we ever got involved in from Elsabee's idea. And this is very much a celebration of the music. So, as much as it's not a competition environment, we've got a lot of kids getting up there, making music together, interacting with other members of other schools in the making of the music. And the butterflies are still there. They have to feel the butterflies, they're performing live. And any opportunity for young musicians to perform live in front of an audience is a great thing for us to support. For us, the most rewarding aspect is to see the number of people, the number of young people turning up to take part in this festival.
Music is amazing. Even though you might not think it really helps you, and it shows, it's like a way you can express yourself without people judging you.
You interact with other people, but you know that they share a common talent, a common interest, and a common love for music, which I think is really important to share. Because I think, especially in this day and age, it's just becoming a bit difficult to remember what music is, its entirety, in its purest form.
It's a great experience. I mean, you meet new people, you meet excellent musicians at festivals like this, you get into contact with all of the musical variety that is actually portrayed on the stage, and I find that priceless in our day and age now.
They really do enjoy every moment of this evening. And yes, it carries on for very long. And by the end of it, they are still going strong and still enjoying the music.
We've seen a variety of musical flavors, a great platform for young musicians to enhance their talents. I'm Boitumelo Lerato Kwena for Joburg Today.
Hi, I'm Rebena and you're watching Joburg Today.
If you have any comments for us or there's something that you'd like to see on this show, keep in touch with us through social media by following us on Twitter at Joburg Today, liking our Facebook page, joburgtoday.tv, and don't forget, hashtag Joburg Today. Noshina chats to Christo from Johannesburg Development Agency for Joburg Tomorrow.
Growing competitive business environments, improving public spaces and promoting access to jobs are some of the aims of the Johannesburg Development Agency. Now, the JDA was formed in April 2001 and is crucial to the success of the City of Johannesburg's growth and development strategy. To discuss, I'm joined by Christo Boertes, the Executive Manager of the Development Facilitation. Welcome to Joburg Tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Christo, as you know, this is a forward-looking platform. It is here that we bring in guests to perhaps get a glimpse of what the city can look like in the future. If there's any organization that can provide clearer insight into the destiny of the city, it is the JDA. Give us an outline of your organization and tell us why it's so crucial for this organization to take some of the policies you're working on forward in a big way.
All right. The Johannesburg Development Agency is literally the implementing agency of the City of Johannesburg as far as all of its capital projects are concerned. Now, the capital projects come from policies that have been created, budget, especially CapEx budget, is then allocated to those projects, and the JDA implements those policies in a tangible way. But we are not only an implementing agency, we are very involved in the creation of the policies, literally from the growth and development strategy, what you've mentioned earlier, through to precinct plans, local development plans. We are what we refer to as an area-based development agency.
So you do the planning at the JDA office?
We are involved with the planning, with the development planning department of the city, and obviously all the other client departments, be it transportation, health, any one of the service delivery departments, and we take their projects and we do the implementation of those.
Okay, so you have these pivotal partnerships that's going on with other local government agencies that you just mentioned, and I would assume that the private sector is also important because it's private sector investment that can unlock more projects for the JDA?
Oh, definitely. Not can, they do. The JDA started off literally looking at the Johannesburg inner city when it was established, the JDA that is. And all of the redevelopments that took place in the inner city, whether it be Maboneng or Braamfontein or the Main Street precinct, the fashion capital, the JDA was involved there. But without the private sector and the private property owners, nothing of that could actually happen. And we have a rough ratio of what we are looking at. When the JDA gets involved, it gets involved on the public spaces, where the city should be spending the money. And we do those upgrades, be it sidewalks, streets, the public infrastructure. And then once you have that, the private sector then sees the opportunity for investment and actually maximizing on that investment. So we have a rough ratio of where the JDA spends R1, the private sector comes in and spends roughly 38 Rand. And that's the kind of ratio that we're looking at. So without the private sector, the JDA could literally not exist.
And having said all of that, what would you consider to be the milestone projects you're working on at present that will reshape Joburg in the next, say, 10 to 15 years in a very big way?
Well, in a very big way, the Johannesburg Corridors of Freedom, which is maybe a theoretical concept, but in practice it is restitching, as we call it, our city from the apartheid spatial legacy that we have into an inclusive city in the future. And that is based on the Rea Vaya bus system that we have as the backbone to it all. And there are 3 corridors that we have identified in the short term that need to happen. The one is the Empire Perth, running from the inner city through the university areas down to Soweto. The other one is the Louis Botha corridor. We all know what Louis Botha looks like, and the upgrade of that. And then obviously the Soweto corridor that's already been built. Now, it's not only the transportation that we are talking about, it's literally what happens around it. Bringing people closer to jobs and jobs closer to people. So you're looking there at an environment where there'll be what we refer to as mixed land use kind of urban fabric. So you will have retail and offices and residential along this corridor, densified, much more densified as what we have now, so that we can have that critical mass to actually use the Rea Vaya, making it easier for people to get from one point to another on the public transport system.
Well, we hope to have you again here very soon to take this conversation further. Thank you so much for your time.
My name is Shonak. You're watching Joburg Today.
Check out the special focus section to see what is happening in and around Johannesburg and to see where Joburg is heading. Check out Joburg Tomorrow. That's it from me, Maps. I leave you with bright lights from Just Ginger.
Back in ETV.
You can only find the great white light when you're not looking, and you should only look when you're willing to see what's surrounding you. Please come on, don't look away, it'll all come back to haunt you. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to believe in you. You can be the change, my friend, when you see through who you are. You can have it all. You can become whole again. You know that's what you need. You know that's what you want. And yet you find another lover, baby. You can wait patiently, and you will see there is love in your heart. Come on, don't look away. It'll all come back to haunt you. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to believe in you. You can take control again. You can be the change, my friend, if you see through who you are. You can have it all. You can become whole again. You know that's what you need. You know that's what you want. You know that's what you are. You can take control again when you see through who you are.